the reflections. Yes, that's the other way. Yes, here we have a little bit more detailed what I was talking about in a minute ago about the reflections. Yes, so I said in typical outdoor environment we have a display, but we need to protect it because it's outdoors, so we need to protect it from vandalism, but also from environment itself, from the water, dust, and yeah, everything that we can expect outdoor. So we put additional glass. Sometimes it's just cover glass, sometimes it's a glass with the touch, depend on the application, and they are usually separated with the layer of air. It have a lot of benefits, like mechanical benefits, because it's easy, it's cheap to assemble this way, and also if the glass become destroyed and maybe the display is still okay, we can just replace easily the glass. If it's outdoor, it's sometimes very useful. Yes, so something may happen to the glass, and we may easily replace it without, let's say, replacing a display. But this, from optical point of view, this solution has a lot of disadvantages. As I said, we have a lot of reflections. Yes, so we have a reflection on the surface of the glass, and we have reflection inside the glass, that is like from the glass to the air, because we have, you know, we change the environment. Glass is different environment, optically different environment than the air. So we have a reflection again, and we have a reflection from a display itself. So we have, you know, many reflections. This arrow should be here, actually, would be better. So from the glass, from the back of the glass, and from the display itself. Yes, pretty high reflections. And the other solution is to add optical bonding. Yes, so if we add optical bonding, that means we remove the air in between the display and the cover glass. And this material here, of course, is like the close possible to the glass. So from the light point of view, it's the same environment. If we don't change environment, we have no reflections. Yeah, like if we have like a big piece of glass, inside there is no reflections. Once the glass is inside the glass, it's no reflection. So if like from the light point of view, it's just the same environment, there will be no reflections. Yes, so optical bonding is removing quite a lot of reflections, and also is improving the brightness of a display, because the light is not only being reflected, but it's also coming out from a display itself. If we have this situation, the light from a display is being reflected here on this surface, so we lose a few percent of the brightness. And here the light just go out. Yes, and it's only reflected on this surface, so less reflections both sides. Yeah, here we have some like more detailed explanation. Yes. Yeah, and here we have this, what I was trying to draw before. Yes, so this is this situation with the display. So light going out from a display, of course, like 95% will go out, but 5% will be reflected here, and some of it will go eventually out, some not, and it's like blurring the display a little bit. This image is way more clearer. If you had a chance to compare air bonded display and optically bonded display, you will see that the colors are better, more vivid. The image is literally more clear in this situation. It's because the whole light is just going out, yes, without any reflections, scattering, or anything like that. Yes. Here we have some a slide about the coating. Yes, so the coating is adding extra layer to the surface. Yes, usually it's a glass, so we add this coating to the glass to decrease reflections. Yes, I told about this before, so we can have like 4 or 5% from typical glass reflection. If we add something that we call AR coating, that is anti-reflective coating, we will decrease this number maybe to 1%, maybe to 0.5%. That would be very good. Yes, in many cases, in practical number will be like between 1 and 1.5% after adding the anti-reflective coating. Yes, which you already know that going from 4% to 1% it's a big difference in a contrast. Yes, so something that we will eventually get as a user of a display. Yes, as a viewer.